ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kneeling Before Me, your humble hostess with the mostest, Inky. Most delightful of you to join us for a day of animated goodness. What kind of an animation, you ask? Well, for those who may not be aware, we did a reaction to the entirety of Gilded Guy but a few months ago, and I was so enamored that I promised that whenever a new episode would come out that we would go back and watch it. And lo and behold, literally a couple of days ago, as of me recording this at least, probably not by the time it goes up, they released a new part. So we are going to be checking out the latest part of Gilded Guy for your and my enjoyment. So please, relax, grab some coffee or some popcorn or your selected beverage, and let's boogie! Well, it's finally time, ladies and gentlemen. Courtesy of us watching this last time, a number of the songs from this series have made it onto my favorites list, and I've been listening to them ad nauseum. Like, something about the animation, something about the quirky music, oh, it just hits different. So this is the latest part of the Gilded Guy series, and I don't believe we've missed out on anything else since the last time. No, we haven't. So this is the latest episode, but I will say, this animation, this episode right here, the song in this one, still sits in my head rent-free. And solely, I close my eyes sometimes, and I still see this scene in my head. Sound warning, by the way. It's an amazing song, amazing animation. So of course I'm going to come back and watch more. This series is just some of the best animation. And it's so wild as well, because I had to explain to somebody what Gilded Guy was the other day. Because they saw that I was going to be watching it, and they were like, but this just looks like a weird stick figure animation. And it is! But it might very well be the best stick figure animation you've ever goddamn seen. And besides, this is my channel, I do what I want, and I'm not going to let anyone dictate whether what I watch is cringe or not. Even if it is. That's beside the point. Gilded Guy, let's go! This is the wrong fucking video. God damn it! I am professional streamer, by the way, everyone. Here we go. New intro. Ooh. Ah, and of course the music score is amazing. Yes, we love to see it. Ah, we're back in the workshop. I'm trying to vaguely remember what happened in the last episode. Little creatura. What you doing that? Chat! This is a bucket! Something something Team Fortress 2 reference, something something. Dear God. God, I forgot how much whimsy and how much charm there was to the art style in this. Like, again, I always talk about this. Iconography and theming are two very separate things. You can have something that is immensely basic in looks. Like, boil it down to what it is. This is a stick figure animation, but the music, the style, the warm vibe of everything, there is nothing more thematically, like, enjoyable than the way they vibe this entire animation series. It's tantamount to exceeding your expectations. You go in expecting a stick figure animation like you'd expect from Newgrounds or whatever, but instead you get this amazingly whimsical story with some charm and whimsy and just the composition, the art style. It fits thematically and, oh my God, it just hits you in the heart sometimes. Disney, eat your freaking heart out. Disney wouldn't know what whimsy was if it freaking slapped them in the face at this point. Oh, and look at that! Look at the depth of field and the way, like, the way they make the helmet look 3D by giving that, like, sort of, what's the word for it? It's the, okay. Small little bit of artism. Look at the way the helmet moves. It's a very subtle little thing of layering, but it's that, like, I forget the word for it. Parallax? No, not parallaxing. Either way, it's a very fun, the word escapes me for the life of me, but it's a very smart way of making something 2D look 3D. And it's done very well. Oh no, you're bitchless. And so the jealousy begins. Buddy, have you considered downloading Tinder? The nerve! The audacity of them to be happy! Ah yes, the typical artist trope. Don't mind, I might be bitchless, but I'll draw myself some bitches. I may not have any friends, but I can draw them! And I'll draw them pregnant. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to make the perfect little stick figure. Parallaxing. Sorry, it's been bugging me for a while now. The term I was looking for was parallaxing, where you move something in the foreground versus the background to make it give a three-dimensionality. There's Art Boy! My boy! God, what do you think people from like 2010 would think if they could see what stick figure animations looked like in the modern year? They'd probably lose their goddamn mind of how much of a standard they'd be held up to. And it's made all... Okay. Little bit of an ADHD tangent. Definitely not baiting mid-rolls. I'm not sure if you guys saw this. Adobe are doing an Adobe. And they literally came out saying, hey, by the way, we're no longer going to be supporting Adobe Animate. Even though a lot of people don't animate in it as much these days, it is still a staple for animation for a lot of people. And I guarantee you, like, because here's the thing, Adobe Animate was a good alternative for animators who didn't want to pay for a subscription for like Toon Boom or Cell Action, or didn't want to get Clip Studio Paint, for example. Adobe Animate was a very basic animation software that was easy to use, simple to use, but served purpose. And then Adobe came out and said, oh no, you know what? We're making money from it, but we're not making all the money. So they were planning on completely canceling support for it and completely discontinuing it. And of course, the second that happened, everyone came out of the woodworks and started posting this.
All I want is an honest conversation.
This has never been more appropriate.
Of our relationship.
Because fuck Adobe.
Pretty good. Cons. Premiere. It's
shit.
Media encoder. Shit. Dynamic link. Slow and shit. And it breaks all the time. Unbelievable. And by the way, I can accept that your software is sometimes a little bit slow to open, so I minimize it. But while it's loading, it just keeps popping up. God damn, can't you just be fucking normal? You
I feel like he accused that to me rather than Adobe, but fuck it, whatever.
promised that you would sort yourself out. Change for the better. That you'd get multi-core support. Fuck me, you said that like 10 years ago. But the worst thing is not the shitty new icons, or the jacking up the price, or the slow choppy playback, or the line going spasticated, or the slew of new bugs every single major update. It's that you
Just don't listen!
Fuck. And I really don't want to be the one to say this, but since we're speaking honestly, here it is. I'm downloading GIMP. Oh, there you go, wrecking my stuff. Just like you wrecked Flash.
James Lee needs to be studied for how much of an absolute cinema genius he is. His shot composition, his editing style, his animation style. This is like an icon of animation.
Baby, darling, don't go. I loved you since first I saw you on wire. We both know I'm nothing without you. This is a very unhealthy relationship.
And that right there, literally right after, they were like, yeah, we're gonna discontinue Adobe Animate. They out and said, oh, right, everyone hates that. Yeah, we're actually not gonna do that anymore. And then everyone came running back, and so many people posted this shot entirely saying, this is a very unhealthy relationship. Fucking love James. Anyway, ADHD tangent. It's just the point I'm trying to make is that animation software itself doesn't make the animation, but it certainly makes life easier. And I would love to know what they made this stuff in, because it's very charming. And I wonder if it was Animate or Clip Studio Paint. Anyway, fuck Adobe. I want to say, judging by the fact that the line work doesn't look like hot garbage, it was probably Clip Studio. Or maybe even Toon Boom. Cute! That little hand wave is so cute. So much attention to detail and like little micro expressions. Like, it needs not be said, their understanding of animation fundamentals are... Because, like, this thing, when you have an animation that's like this, that's not necessarily quote-unquote detailed in terms of characters, you can put all that focus instead into the animation principles itself. And this is the thing about animation, I've talked about this before. When it comes to animating something, when you have overly complicated characters, it gives you more to animate, and it often comes at the expense of the animation quality itself, usually. It's like, you only have so much energy, and it's about working smarter, not harder. So when you have characters that are like this, that are just fundamental shapes, I mean, this character, it's a circle, some base blocky shapes for the hair, the body is like a sort of hourglass shape. Instead of putting all the detail into animating little intrinsic details, all of that effort instead can just go into making the animation look amazing. Oh, and the little squash and stretch as well. The way the little guy just walked off there. Beautiful squash and stretch. And in the world of like filmography, not just like animation itself, composition is everything. There is a very specific reason why they're drawn off to the left here. So it's a bit of a misnomer, but more often than not, when it comes to composition, you never want the focus of the attention dead center, because it makes it feel artificial. So when it comes to composition, you have to think in the rule of thirds. You separate up your, like, there's the Studio Ghibli has this composition rule called the 60-30-5 rule, I think it's called, where the focus is divided between those different spectrums. The by 3 rule is a base composition setup, but then you can have the idea of like separating your shots by like 60, 30, and 10, and that works especially for like focusing on important aspects or setting up a scene or very environmentally focused shots. But composition plays a huge part in animation, and when you understand the rules of that combined with good animation principles or just like general composition principles, it makes a good animation into an amazing animation. Because having the characters off to the left here in the left third, you get drawn to that, but then your eyes are then drawn to everything else and you're able to appreciate much more about the environment. Katie, thank you for 5. Like and subscribe for Artism, by the way. You know, I may be a batshit crazy kind of person sometimes, but I can come out with some whimsical, informative things when it comes to a thing that I'm hyper-specifically aware of. So ask me if I can talk generally about anything. Nope. But get me talking about one of my hyperfixations and I'll be here all day. And something that I need to say as well about the actual color palettes they're using, you notice that they're not using primary colors. They're using very pastel and not muddy colors per se, but nothing is like a primary color. It would look very garish if Gilded Guy was like just nothing but yellow, or she was like a primary blue color of some kind. Taking things and making them slightly less what's the word? Less in your face helps things meld better. It makes them look more natural, because in nature and anything that's natural would never be so saturated in color. So giving them this like little tint where it's more of a brown, you can then accent the yellows to make it look golden. Like, I guarantee you, the base color of this character, in fact, I can see it right here. This color right here, that's the base color. It's not gold. It's brown. It's a browny yellow, which then gives them the ability to add the lighting and the shading, and it gives the little reflection light on the side here that then gives you the impression that it's gold. The subtlety of color palettes and color theory helps make things look much more natural and much more organic. And I could sit here and do a whole lesson on color theory, but it would be very detracting from what we're doing, so... Baka! Thanks! Hey, thanks for this box of shit! JD, thank you for the resub. Suddenly digitization? Oh, and the music's just become very somber almost. And that imposes that the vibe is changing. Something's happening, something kooky's about to go on. We've gone from whimsical and cute to, ooh, there's a mystery afoot. I kind of forgot what he looked like without the armor, actually. It would be wild if the entire reason he went on the journey to begin with was secretly because he was jealous of those people that were on a date instead of him. He's just lonely, you know? Also, the fact that they can tell this entire story without using a single word. The acting chops just scream for themselves here. It's really the show not tell philosophy, where you can tell a whole story by just showing stuff rather than just saying it. And I think that works really well for like treating the audience like they're not idiots. Because so many animations, Disney, don't respect their audience and will literally go, this is happening because, and this is this, also this thing and this thing. I mean, sure, dialogue is great sometimes, but it often underplays the importance of some scenes by just like spoon feeding you the narrative with exposition. I think in this case, it's one of the most endearing elements of show no tell, letting the reader figure things out for themselves to help immerse themselves in the world. It's amazing, an amazing storytelling device that allows you to really feel the emotion, to feel the world you're in, to immerse yourself more. And just as a thing, anime, generally, like most generic animes, have this horrible habit of the spoon-feeding philosophy where they will literally have exposition on exposition, like, this is happening because, and this is happening because. And it gets a little bit lost in translation. I think that's just indicative of anime, but it does get a little bit garish sometimes. Oh no, he's got burnout. He's intellectually bankrupt, just like me. Me staring at you, me staring at you, me staring at you. Collaboration is the best thing when it comes to creativity. Bounce your ideas off people. Aw, she likes him. I mean, with the amount of effort that goes into these, you can entirely tell why these take so long to animate. Good animation takes time and effort. It's not something that can be rushed. Or in the worst case, with AI. Blech. Blech. AI. Blech. AI could never recreate this whimsy. God, look at this shot, like, going from the 2D. So, this is something that I noticed after a while, is that they started using these beautiful 3D environments. Like, you can make some great environments in 2D, don't get me wrong, and they've done that a number of times. But sometimes when you like, the risk comes with using 3D and then 2D composition on top of it, is that it'll look a bit jarring, and it wouldn't fit. But the 3D style they've chosen for this just resonates so well with the 2D style. Like, it looks very synergistic. And the Bog versus Gilded Guy song, that was one of the best examples of them doing 2D environments with 2D animation that probably wouldn't have worked as well with 3D as a background style. No, this works really well, damn. But they kept things blocky and very shape focused. And then we transition into a seamless 2D background. Seamless. It's a sign of an amazing animator where you can mix and match these mediums together. buddy. Suddenly robots. We had Bog, now we've got Bot. Is he gonna try and Borg people? Is he gonna try and make everyone become robots? Oh, it's the conscious. Ah, I see what happened. The blood became the blood got transferred into the robot, and now the consciousness of the person whose blood it was is in the robot. Ooh, the plot thickens. Oh damn, me I got a migraine. Oh buddy! Oh no, the curse of immortality! We talk about a crash out. Dude just wanted to rest in peace, but life says, no! You shall exist! As much as you don't want to. Oh, did you see that? Okay, so a beautiful bit of diegetic integration. The beat of the music depicted in the form of the, I guess, paint going up the blade. That's so good. Oh, it's Bob! I was joking about Bog. What the hell? Okay, Bog, thank you for once again reminding me that I have a crippling hentai tag tier list fetish for body jacking. Thank you. God, talk about a like that is immensely coincidental considering I literally started this video by reminiscing about the Bog versus Gilded Guy song. God, and now he's like... The style of his designs almost changed to kind of reflect the fact Bog's kind of there now. And he's crazy! Crazy? I used to be crazy once. And then I met Bog. And then Bog invaded my mind and took over my body. Ah! And that's it! Oh my god! Ooh, I feel like the next part is gonna be a big episode. Damn! God, I adore this series. It's one of those kind of series that I will always come back to just because of how charming it is. The effort, the passion, the whimsy. The amount I can hyperfixately talk about the tism of my art degree. I think that's it. Damn. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this. I will endeavor to always come back to this whenever a new part drops. So if you've enjoyed more Gilded Guy, let me know in the comments. And if there are other animations out there that have this level of whimsy that I've missed, please let me know, because I adore being able to watch good animation. They may not do that well in terms of viewership or whatever, but I don't don't give a fuck. This is my channel, and I don't give a fuck about numbers, just so long as I'm able to share and enjoy my passion of animation with you lot. So hey, if this has been up your alley, let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go and give some support to the Gilded Guy crew. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.